Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for Positive Spin. Today we're going to be talking about the much hated Smiley. When I originally saw this movie when it came out on cable, and I liked it. I thought it was a decent slasher movie. I mean, it's nothing that really sets the world on fire, but I really enjoyed it as a slasher film, and I thought, this was the new type of technological horror movies like Unfriended and all those types of films, and Host and stuff like that. And I just thought that this had a neat premise. And, I checked it out. I liked it. And I ended up putting it on my list to get when I found it. And I found it at a thrift store, brought it home, and I've had it ever since. Now, this is one of those films that I first thought of when Joe and I conceive the segment of Positive Spin, because I know how much this movie's hated, and I just don't understand it. I mean, is it the best slasher in the world? Like I said, no, but I think it definitely has something to offer. So let's put a positive spin on Smiley. Um, First of all, I like the mask. I'm going to say that first off. I like the mask that the people wear or the killer wears. I also like this part. Now, this is a little bit different. Um, and I don't want to give away anything, so I can only say that I like this as well. That's not really the mask. So, we're going to start out with the urban legend. Um, I like the urban legend. It's a fun twist on Candyman where um, you have to type in 3 times, I do it for the lulls, or I did it for the lulls, and it's supposed to affect the person that you type it into. So it's kind of the reverse Candyman, sort of Bloody Mary sort of thing. I like that this is on a college campus. It's a college campus slasher, and I'm always down for a high school or college campus. I always like those kind of slashers. Once again, as in The Roommate, the girls are definitely nice to look at. And I like that it's a technology slasher, like I was saying before, like Host and Unfriended, where they're using computers. Now, granted, this is a little bit older than some of those, and is it a little outdated? Yeah, it is. I mean, they talk about chat rooms and stuff like that. I don't know if that stuff is still around, but I remember when computers were younger, and you had that kind of stuff going on. Um, the guy from Hostel 2, the guy who plays one of the guys who's going to pay to kill these women, he's in it, and I like him. He's a good actor. I like that the main character has a kind of like a checkered past, and she has problems. I think that adds to it, and I'll get more into that as we go along. I like the references to the other horror films. I think they mention Freddy, and they mention a bunch of them in there, and I can't remember all that they mentioned. But I like the references. I always like movies that reference other horror films. To me, it establishes the fact that the people who wrote it are horror fans themselves. I like the chat rooms. It brings a little bit of nostalgia. Now, this is a little bit different of a chat room where it's almost like a roulette. Um, the way I think of this, and it's kind of a weird thing, but when you would play like Mortal Kombat or something like that, when you would pick a character, you could always, I think it was tap up and A, and it would just randomly pick the character for you. That's kind of how this chat room is set up, where you randomly pick someone to chat with. So, it, to perform the urban legend on a complete stranger, I mean, it's a different set of morals right there. I like the effect it has on the main character. Um, I don't want to give away anything. It's interesting because it makes us question the lead character or her. Um, and those of you who have seen it will probably understand what I'm talking about. She has, she, like I said before, she has a checkered past. I don't want to get into this too much because I don't want to give anything away. She has kind of a checkered past. She had lost her mom, and she has residual problems stemming from stuff she's gone through in her past. And I think that's an interesting thing to throw in there. And if you do watch this, or if you've seen it, you probably understand why. I like the Keith David's in it. For me, he's not in enough stuff. I don't know. I've always liked him. And I like the twist at the end, which I'm not going to give away. What a lot of people had a problem with in this film was the twist at the end, but not me. I thought it was different. I thought it was creative, and I don't know. I just liked it. To me, this is not really a terrible slasher film like people would have you think. It's like I said before. It's not bringing anything really all that new to the table. Although I think the twist is very creative and very original, but all in all, it's just a decent slasher movie. It's something fun to watch. When if you want to pick out a slasher movie, maybe you haven't seen a whole lot. It's my third time watching it, and I enjoyed it every time I've seen it. So check it out or don't. And don't forget to check out Joe's video for Smiley. Evil wears a smile. Remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time, peace.